Right, now I wanted to look at just the brain stem. And so we're not going to worry about the cranial nerves right now because that's for another lab, but we'll talk about some of the other pieces of the brainstem that we can see. So remember, this cerebrum has been removed, and so this is going to be sort of the diencephalon and the brainstem together. And we're looking, so this is sort of from the anterior, and the brain would be sitting like this. And so this is kind of the anterior portion of the brainstem, and we're looking up at sort of the bottom of the brain over here. So this guy coming down is going to be the pituitary gland, and it's connected via the infundibulum up to the hypothalamus, which is kind of in this area. These two big areas up here, remember, are the thalamus. So the thalamus looks really small if you just look at it from midline, because but you actually have these really large areas over here off to the lateral sides. So the thalamus is pretty big. This part right here in front is going to be the pons. And then the medulla oblongata is over here, and then in between the thalamus and the pons is going to be the midbrain. So we've got the midbrain up here, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. If you can look right here, these two guys right here are the mammillary bodies. This is the mammillary body, and that's the mammillary body, and they sit right here underneath, behind the infundibulum, and kind of under the pituitary gland. So that's the mammillary body. So this is more of the anterior view of the brainstem. Now if we flip it and look from on the posterior side, we've got a couple other things to look at. So once again, we got the thalamus over here. This one right here, remember, was 23. That is going to be the pineal gland. And then underneath the pineal gland is the tectal plate. And so we have our paired superior colliculi and our paired inferior colliculi. And all together, it can also be called the corpora quadrigemina. And so there's like 4 of these little bodies to look at. And so this is going to be kind of the back part of the midbrain, and this is going to be the back of the pons, and this is the back of the medulla oblongata. And then we'll go into more detail about cranial nerves in a later lab.